to both competitors since the inception of both championships. Dak Draper has never looked better. He is in his top physical shape, condition, whatever you want to say, and Jeremy Wyatt knows that Dak Draper may have his number here tonight. Could this be Dak Draper's night?
It very well could be, Ben, but take nothing away from Jeremy Wyatt. I've known Jeremy Wyatt for 20 plus years now, and just when I think he has reached his pinnacle, his peak, he comes at it again, and another peak, and so on and so forth. It just doesn't seem to be an end to how great Jeremy Wyatt becomes show after show, week after week, and day after day. Both of these men have exchanged victories with one another in the past. So this is about as even as a matchup as you're going to get out of two of the best competitors, not only in Central States, but in all of professional wrestling.
I mean, when you think about modern-day Kansas City professional wrestling, two names come to mind: Dak Draper, Jeremy Wyatt. They have been the flag bearers for a long time in this city. We have seen a renaissance of pro wrestling here in the last decade or so, and it always has the name Jeremy Wyatt attached to it. And now it has the name of Dak Draper. These guys are fighting for the legacy of Kansas City.
Yeah, no doubt. From the last iteration of Central States Wrestling to Metro Pro Wrestling to National Wrestling League to Journey Pro Wrestling, these guys have just carried the banner of Kansas City professional wrestling. Not only just here in Kansas City, but they carry it all over. They represent Kansas City wherever they go. And we are in for a treat as both men now just jockeying for position. These guys know each other so well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be just, you got to imagine, an incredible matchup.
And when you know each other so well, it's hard to get that slight upper hand on the other guy. They're going to be looking for things, doing things, openings, stuff that they haven't done before to surprise the other guy, to throw them off his game. And that's what may be the key to victory here tonight. And this is just a feeling out process right here. This is where you're at.
Yeah.
They are telling both one another where they're at. In this match, in this heat, they're just feeling each other out right now. And this is a long way from being over. But again, it could just take one move, quick 3 seconds, and this whole night changes for everyone.
Yeah, championship rules apply, 30-minute time limit, one fall to a finish. Like I said, winner take all will be the new DWF and Central States champion. How that bodes for the future, I have no idea.
One man is going home with all the gold here tonight.
And will Jeremy Wyatt make it to 638 days? We'll find out here tonight. I think he's going to I know he's going to do everything in his power to remain champion and take Dak's title, which he considers a consolation prize.
He actually said that when I was in the ring during the introductions. I heard him say consolation prize. And I was referring to Dak Draper's championship. Both men holding titles, the best titles in our sport right now. Most sought-after titles for sure. Referee Adam Kennedy looking for a clean break as Dak Draper abides. Beautiful knife edge chop.
Jeremy Wyatt not liking that one bit. As Wyatt cowers into that corner. Another big knife edge chop. Wyatt grimacing.
Another knife edge chop. Wyatt staggered from those shots. Dak Draper loving the adulation of these fans. Dak Draper really endearing himself to these fans since making his return to the Kansas City area, and especially CSW.
Yeah, no doubt. Arguably the most popular athlete, most popular wrestler on our roster.
Those soul chops we've talked about in shows past. Good God. Wyatt's really laying the leather in tonight to Dak Draper. Draper staring down Jeremy Wyatt, saying those have no effect on me. Wyatt
just got the announcement, 5 minutes down, 25 minutes remaining. Jeremy Wyatt on the outside, taking some time to regroup. He's going to take full advantage of the referee's count.
Wyatt slowly making his way back in the ring. Dak Draper's just giving him the space that he needs to come back in the ring because he knows that they have to finish this inside the ring. Now, Jeremy, beautiful hammerlock. Going to attempt to take away one of those giant muscled arms of Dak Draper. Beautiful fireman's carry takeover into an arm lock. Jeremy Wyatt trying to find a way out. Rolls through, puts his forearm across the bridge of the nose. Dak reaches down harder on the arm, palm strike to the midsection. Dak wrenches down again. A specimen Dak Draper is, just in, like I said, phenomenal shape. Look at Jeremy Wyatt trying to get those quads on the mat.
He manages to do so. Wyatt just ring general. I know that's a term that's thrown around a lot, but it's true. It certainly applies for Jeremy Wyatt.
Wyatt floats over. Look at this. This is a Greco-Roman wrestling match. This isn't anything but jockeying for position. Dak Draper sprawling on him, gets him in the front chancery.
Wyatt coming up to his feet, looking for a way out. Will he get it? No, he will not as Dak cranks away.
Dak almost has a
guillotine.
Guillotine, that's right.
Dak looking to pick that right leg of Jeremy Wyatt. Or is that the left leg? That's the left leg. My apologies. Discombobulated from tonight's action.
Picking him up, showing the immense strength of Dak Draper. And Jeremy Wyatt fights his way back down into that front face lock. Dak Draper trying to find maybe another method out of this front face lock. And to try to use his size and strength advantage over Jeremy Wyatt here. Takes him down, single leg takedown. Dak is a Division II collegiate athlete coming out of Colorado. Incredible wrestler. I think any sport this guy tried, he was a star at.
I would imagine so.
Wyatt almost looked like he was going to go for an eye rake almost. Was just palming Draper's head away. Draper has a side headlock, Richie down, trying to cauliflower that ear of Jeremy Wyatt.
Big shoulder tackle sends Jeremy Wyatt inside out, and a side headlock takedown by Draper. No wasted movements between either of these men thus far in this matchup. And if this was MMA or boxing, I'd have it pretty much even thus far.
Absolutely. My score is just
yeah.
I just don't count with you.
Gotcha.
It's 89-89. Or 92, whatever. Dak Draper looking for a way out again. Spinning over into that side headlock, really wrenching down on the neck of one of the two champions in this match.
Wyatt with a forearm shot. Make that two. He's breaking himself free. Dak with a big clubbing blow between the shoulder blades, or across the shoulder blades of Jeremy Wyatt. Off into the ropes goes Draper. Wyatt looking for an abdominal stretch.
Oh, man. Great abdominal stretch there. Grinding that. It looks like he's grinding that elbow to the side of Dak Draper.
10 minutes have passed. At the 10-minute mark, we've got 20 minutes remaining here in this championship match.
Look, Dak reverses the abdominal stretch, and look at the flexibility on Dak, clasping his hands behind his back.
That's impressive. That is an impressive feat by Dak Draper.
Considering the size of his arms and traps and all that stuff, yes, that is incredible. Wyatt positioned himself again. We have an abdominal stretch challenge here.
Yeah, we do. A series of reversals as Jeremy Wyatt He's putting that pressure down on that. You can see it with his bicep. He's just putting the pressure down on the waist area of Dak Draper, which helps further extend the abs of Draper, causing a great deal of pain. But Draper...
Look at the agility of Draper. Handstand draw, try to drop the knee, note to no avail. Wyatt slaps on the side headlock.
Off into the ropes goes Wyatt. Shoulder tackle sends him down to the canvas.
What's really interesting about this is that Dak and Wyatt are both choosing a methodical game plan.
Ooh, inverted atomic drop. That'll have you singing soprano. Pick of the legs. Boston Crab attempt. No, slingshot. Up and over the top rope and out to the hard floor here at the Armory in Lenexa. Goes Jeremy Wyatt, the DWF champion, not in a good way right now as Dak Draper is in firm control of this matchup. Draper following Wyatt out to the outside.
Peeling Wyatt up off the ground here at the Lenexa Armory, slamming his head off the hardest part of the ring.
The absolute hardest part of the ring.
The steel and wood.
You can see he's introducing Jeremy Wyatt.
Oh,
as Wyatt goes right into those steel guardrails, right on the ribs. Wyatt's laying on our timekeeper table, and he is shaking off
this onslaught by Dak Draper. Dak's telling the fans on the other side of the security railing to move, because I think he's got some plans for the DWF champion as he gets plastered against that security railing on the other side. Dak rolls in to break the count.
Yeah, you can see that the entire security railing apparatus on the outside shift about a foot every time in each direction, every time Wyatt hits it. And this is just an immense amount of energy colliding with a stationary object that's made out of steel. 394 in attendance, all chanting, "Shame on you." Not quite a sellout. It breaks our streak of 4 sellouts in a row, but a great turnout nonetheless. We are near capacity.
Even on a hot summer vacation like this, most territories are down, but not us. CSW has been rolling strong here for since their inception.
Yeah, I mean, the growth of CSW has been meteoric and shows no signs of slowing down, and it's thanks in part to athletes like Dak Draper and Jeremy Wyatt and the Howlets, and
absolutely.
I got to even say Moonshine Mansell and Derek Neal. These guys, all of them, all the entire roster, they go out there and they give it all in there and leave it all in there in the ring for the fans, and that's why we are.
Jeremy Wyatt raking his form across the face of Dak Draper, really inflicting some nasty punishment. Oh my God, did you see that sweat?
Yeah, that sounded like a shotgun blast. And another big knife edge chop. That sweat just flying off the chest of Dak Draper.
Wyatt seems to be incensed by the crowd chanting "Shame on you"
Wyatt
just a few moments ago.
Wyatt seems to be incensed by this whole match.
Wyatt seems to be incensed when you talk to him when he comes into the building.
Well, I mean, I agree with you there. But I don't know, and I haven't asked Wyatt this, I haven't had the opportunity to talk to him at any length about this, but I don't think he feels like this match is worthy of him.
Right.
He does feel like the Central States Championship is a consolation prize to Dak Draper, when in fact it's not. There's
the matchmakers of powers that be, as they have said in their playing match, Wyatt said it, or I think Dak said it. Somebody said it, why they saw no reason to strip Wyatt of his championship.
Yeah, there was no reason at all. I mean, he was a champion. The company underwent a name change back to Central States Wrestling, and I mean, he is our champion.
Yes.
It just so happens that championship is not it's not CSW, it's DWF.
Right.
Why punish a fighting champion like Jeremy Wyatt? Because the company changed names.
Exactly. And you just heard we got 15 minutes remaining in this matchup.
Wyatt, speaking of that DWF Championship, he's got his belt and he's hightailing it back to the locker room. I think he's had enough of this matchup. Of course, a championship does not change hands on a count-out or disqualification unless specifically written into the contract.
Maybe he's perfectly happy with having his belt, Dak has his belt, and he's just going to hightail it out, figure it out another day.
Yeah.
You know? Dak does not want that. Dak wants Jeremy Wyatt in the worst way, and I think,
yeah, Dak Draper, I think he's going after Jeremy Wyatt. And out they go.
Here they go. They're right near our broadcast position. Wyatt was actually taking a drink of water on his way out of the building.
Dak just came back here and started beating the hell out of him.
Dak was saying, no way, I'm not letting this match go down like that. Dak, being a fighting champion, suckered Wyatt in. Wyatt misses the elbow drop. Dak up and over, grabbing Wyatt, rolls him up. 1, 2, no. Jawbreaker over the knee of Dak Draper. And Draper with a chop of his own sends Wyatt to the canvas.
Yeah, that was a big knife edge chop. And it had its intended effect of dropping Jeremy Wyatt. Wyatt back up to his feet. And another glancing, that was more of a glancing knife edge chop, but it did find its mark.
Dak seems to be pleased with his handiwork of beating the DWF champion pillar to post here, dragging him from the back. I'm surprised Wyatt didn't have a car running and waiting for him on the way out. Dak, look at the strength. Drops him into a waistlock takedown, rolls him over, starting to gator roll him.
Over he goes, nice by Dak Draper. He's got that arch just, wow.
That is, I've never seen that before. I gotta tell you, I've never seen that.
I don't even know what to call that. And now with the gator roll again, full-on gator roll, he's just taking Jeremy Wyatt to school here.
Look
gut
at that
wrench.
deadlift gut wrench from the ground.
Possibly going for that magnum bomb.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at the strength here. Beautiful gut wrench suplex. Wow.
I gotta wonder though, was the effort, was the juice worth the squeeze? Dak, that was a lot of energy and effort on Dak's part to kind of showboat a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like I said, I wonder if the juice is worth the squeeze. Thus far it is, because he's still right on top of things in beating Jeremy Wyatt from pillar to post.
I don't think, I mean, look at the type of condition both of these athletes are in. Don't get me wrong. Dak having a more muscular frame, being taller, carrying more weight, he's not even breathing heavy. And we're 15 minutes in of competitive wrestling action. Same with Wyatt. Wyatt's not even breathing heavy though.
No,
Wyatt could go all night.
Well, yeah, and it's impressive for Dak, like you said, because he is tall and he's muscular. It takes a lot of oxygen to feed those muscles. So
absolutely.
Oxygen's got a way to travel because Dak is 6'4", 6'5".
Yes. Yep.
And that's Wyatt firing some knife edge chops off.
Our cameraman doing a great job of taking you into the heart of the action right here.
Yes, they are. We have a great camera crew. Can't thank them enough for getting right in on all the action here tonight.
Great photographers. We just got a great crew all around helping us here at CSW. And we thank all you fans for watching right here on YouTube. Don't forget, go to our Facebook page for that exclusive brawl. Look at Dak! Spins him around!
Power slam by Dak Draper.
1, 2,
and no!
If you like this match, if you like CSW, if you like pro wrestling, hit that subscription bell, notification, the thumbs up, all that good stuff. Let YouTube know that you love CSW Wrestling.
Yeah, Dak Draper just flew to the outside. body block. Wyatt had it scouted, pulled that top rope down, sent Dak Draper crashing, calling that fall to a hard stop. Wyatt stomping away on Dak Draper.
Oh, man, did you hear that? He snapped a finger.
Yeah, I heard that from, we're
in the back.
60 feet away, 70 feet away, and I heard that.
Wyatt making sure that if Dak Draper wants to pick him up for any kind of power move, he's going to be paying for it with a digit or 6, 10, whatever, 5.
I'm not sure.
2.
Nonetheless.
Toes.
Wyatt just used that steel post, sent Dak into it shoulder first.
Rolling Dak Draper back into the ring does Jeremy Wyatt. Wyatt knows that he has momentum on his side, and I've said it before, momentum's such a huge part of pro wrestling. And you're seeing two of the best go toe-to-toe here tonight at CSW's Coronation.
Yeah, that momentum is important in any sport, and it's no different in the sport of professional wrestling, as both men now just firing shots away, exchanging blows. Dak going to the breadbasket, but Wyatt went right to the back of the neck of Dak Draper.
Wyatt once again slamming the face of Dak Draper off his knee, and Dak might be out of it. He swung at thin air just now. The spirit of Dak Draper was willing, but the flesh was weak.
Well, we're past the 20-minute mark in this 30-minute time limit matchup, and I got to imagine that fatigue's starting to take its toll on both men.
I've seen Wyatt wrestle 60 minutes with some of the best in the business and go toe-to-toe, hold for hold with technicians. I've seen him brawl for 60 minutes. Wyatt can do this. Now, Dak, I know, cardiovascular speaking, he can go a long time, but does he have the gas tank of Jeremy Wyatt? Only time will tell.
Tilt-a-whirl, but Wyatt floats over the back, drives the skull, kind of a stunner type move. Reverse DDT by Wyatt that just plants Draper back of the skull right into the canvas. We got a cover.
No.
Very close to having both belts in his possession was Jeremy Wyatt there.
Referee Adam Kennedy right on top of the action. Dak Draper's shoulder barely got out before the 3 count. Dak still trying to find his bearings here in this war of attrition with Jeremy Wyatt. Going for the coronation pile driver, perhaps. Dak lifts him out of it.
Back body drop out of desperation by Dak Draper, and he is just...
I don't think he knows where he is at this point.
It seemed like he was on Dream Street a little bit as he is backed up into the ropes. He gets his feet up in time on a charging Jeremy Wyatt.
Oh, Dak, look at that.
Both men spilling to the outside.
Oh my gosh, that was a nasty fall on both guys. Referee Adam Kennedy putting the count on both men. Dak Draper throwing caution to the wind, which isn't his forte.
Draper just crawling on the floor there.
Referee up to a count of 5. Wyatt's back on his back. Draper's on his back. We're up to 7 here. Double count out. What are we going to do with the championships if this isn't a double count out? 9. And oh my gosh.
Both men right at the nick of time. Get back in before that referee 10 count.
All the people in this crowd admiring the fact that both men want this match seemingly to end in the ring here tonight. 25 minutes have elapsed. 5 minutes are remaining in this championship contest to unify both the DWF and CSW championships. Look at this. The hatred, the animosity, the years of matches are culminating in this moment. Dak Draper and Jeremy Wyatt are going to slug it out for the richest prize in our sport.
Right hand by Draper after he received a forearm shot. Another forearm shot by Jeremy Wyatt. The Monarch and the Magnum going toe-to-toe, exchanging blows. Who will get the better of this?
Hard right hands by
Dak
Dak.
Draper coming off with a series of rights. Boot to the midsection by Wyatt.
Dak
Rear waist
Draper,
lock,
German suplex.
He rolls through. Still got a hold of that rear waist lock. Will we see another German suplex? Yes, we will. Right onto the head and shoulder
Goes
goes
up
Jeremy
like an
Wyatt.
accordion.
We've got 4 minutes left in this match.
There's a little bit more fire in the bellies of both of these competitors to wrap this up here. Has a nice, oh my gosh, nice small package type cradle. Dak Draper goes for another waist lock. Jeremy picks the ankle. Dak shoots him off. Wyatt rolls through on top of him. 1, 2.
Both men bridging up, trying to. Draper was trying to.
Look at this. Dak puts him up, picks him up. Mile high, Dr. Bob. 1, 2,
and
no!
Any other competitor?
That's a 3.
That's
a 3.
But when you're talking about Jeremy Wyatt, he's not any other competitor. That was a big Magnum bomb. And Jeremy Wyatt was able to kick out. And it just goes to show you, Ben Miller, the type of athlete that Jeremy Wyatt is, taking nothing away from the type of athlete that Dak Draper is as Wyatt goes up to the top rope.
Wyatt mounting on the top rope.
Body block, rolled through by Draper.
Draper, look at the strength of Dak Draper. Picks him up, throws him on the shoulders.
Possible Magnum KO, but Jeremy Wyatt holds onto that top rope, and referee Adam Kennedy is down. Magnum KO. We've got a hook on the leg and a cover.
2.